You know what time it is. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We have a busy day today. We have to get this car cleaned up because we probably go into Cars and Coffee. Then after that, we're going to go to the track. I'm hoping for, mid to low 11s. We shall see. But here we go. Let's get started. All right, so this is filmed the same day as we just did the tire and wheel setup over there. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. I got a hell of a deal on some drag radials, but I have to clean up all this mess. And then we're going to mount these wheels and tires onto my 2019 Mustang here, and then we're going to change up this front grille. We're going to make things a little bit brighter, if you catch my drift. But again, last video, if you haven't seen that, NT05R, and these are the American Muscle knockoff replica wheels that we're going to swap for the back there, and then that will allow us to put the power down just a little bit better. But some of the things that we have recently changed is, of course, this MMD V-Series rear spoiler. We have dressed up the back of the car a little bit, so we have the deck lid. Not much else has changed. Got the hood vents, we got all that stuff, but this whole front grille here is getting replaced, and I think it's going to be hot. What's about to change, I think a lot of you guys are going to find it a little bit crazy, because if you thought that rear spoiler was bad, just wait. Just wait. All right, but to kick things off, we're going to go ahead and mount these guys up on the car. Not going to drive right now because it's nasty outside, but tomorrow should be somewhat sunny and good to go. All right, guys, so this is the first time that we've mounted these. Something I think is very interesting, looking at this wheel compared to the other one. If you guys didn't see the last video, I did like a side-by-side comparison. Something I want you to notice is the width of these spokes here. And I'm talking about like these guys here, all that. Because when we come over here and we compare it to this guy, this is your OEM wheel, and these spokes here are thicker, and they kind of go out. They get bigger as they go deeper into the wheel. These do the same, but just a lot less. And what's cool is, it's a performance package style wheel, which I think is just one of the sexiest wheels that Ford has actually put on a Mustang, honestly. But American Muscle, their replica wheel looks better. And remember, we got a 305 on it, and that's the tire poke coming off from the wheel, so it's not that bad for a 10-inch wide wheel and a 305 tire. So it doesn't stick out that much. But when we look at the side, it's flush. So the offset is a whole lot better. One of the reasons I haven't lowered this car yet is because I have not put wheels on it yet. Because I hate when you lower cars and the wheels sink in. But this looks a whole lot better. And again, this is how that looks. So if you guys are in the market for different wheels and you like the design of the performance pack wheel and you don't want to spend a whole lot of money, this might actually be your answer. Again, right there, it's a very similar style, but the spokes are just a little bit thinner, and I'm telling you, it does make a difference. I didn't think that it would, but it does. Again, we have our OEM on the right, and you see how thick the spokes are. Looks good, but we come over here to the left, the knockoff, and it's thinner. And I really do think that that makes a world of difference. And it just makes it look a whole lot better, I think. But let me guys know in the comments, what do you think about the whole thing? And the cool thing is they're like under $200 a wheel. Now, since we're being detailed, I want you to check something out. Hopefully the camera will pick up on this. Look at the concave as it comes in on your OEM wheel. So it doesn't come in too far. And but when we come over here and we look at the new one, there is more concave there going towards the center, if you can tell. And those little changes really make the difference. But all right, enough of that. We're going to get into the meat and potatoes of today's video. We're going to change out this Cervini's upper grille here. Remember, I had an issue with the bottom Cervini's portion. I didn't have the brackets. So instead of ordering those, I actually got something else. And I think it's going to be the biggest overall change for this car. A lot of you guys are going to just flip out, I'm sure. But let's go ahead and get started. I do have to pull the front bumper off. I swear that I've pulled the front bumper off of this car more times than I've put gasoline in the car. But anyway, it's pretty simple, about 10 minutes. Let's just go ahead and jump to it. right, very, very simple to take those off. Basically, you have these bigger screws here. That's an 8mm. And then you have these small ones here and then over here, and those are 5.5. And the top is done once you get that top tray off. Next thing to do is come underneath. You can take these push pins out along here and then down here. There's a bunch of them. Then you have your bumper support things up here. You got a 10mm, 1, 2, and then on the other side, 2 more as well. And then the whole thing is going to come out. Very, very simple to take off a front bumper, 10-minute job. Now, yes, I got 1, 2, and then 4 in the back, 7mm bolts, because I'm gonna actually pull the whole front end off with the belly pan, since I don't have to mess with the bottom there. There's not really a point to it. The only thing I'm gonna mess with is this guy right here. Now, since all this is undone, you just start taking your liner. You get those 2 10mm bolts right there with a small wrench, easy. All right, it is as easy as pie, honestly. Just make sure that you support your bumper when you're pulling it off, and then unclip your fog lights there. All right, now we're gonna pull this Cervini's grill off. It's super easy. All I need is a Phillips head, I believe. Yes. All right, so we have a grilleless bumper here, but what we are replacing it with finally is the RTR grill here. And yes, this one has the lights. I was going back and forth between getting the lights or not, because you can get this version without the lights, but these inserts here are a similar color. They're not completely flat black, they're more of a gray to actually what this is. It's kind of a gray when they're turned off. So ultimately why I went with this is because I bought this from a friend of mine, and he's also on YouTube, Tommy at Sinister Productions. Go follow him. He had some problems with his 18 Mustang, a bunch of problems, but now he has a sick, nasty GT350. So definitely go check him out. I'll link it in the description and in the video, as you can see. But this was his piece. I think this is like $500 or $550 for, you know, the lighted version, and he gave me an incredible deal. And you guys know, if you've been watching my channel for a long time, that I have been looking at doing something like this. But you guys know that I was wanting to do something a little bit different, something to set the car off just a little bit more, and we're gonna go with this piece right here. So the deal was that I could have gotten the unlighted version for about $250 from like American Muscle, for example. But I paid a little bit more for this guy with the lights. And the cool thing is, if we come over here, this is the way that it all attaches in the back there. So that means that if you don't like the lights, or if I don't like the lights, I can get those other inserts and just plug and play them back and forth, however so choose. But to my knowledge, there's no video on how to actually install the lighted version. It's actually quite simple. You have this piggy tail here, and what you're going to do is you're going to come up through the back of your headlight all the way back under here, and then you take your piggy tail here and then you just connect them in between. And the way it should work is whenever these little DRLs are on, this guy should be on as well. I think it's going to be a cool look for the car. But the other real cool thing is, as we get this thing situated, look at the back clips here. So the way this works is it's going to clip in. If you can see the holes right there where my thumb is, there, and then there. That's going to clip in just like factory. You're also going to use your crash bar there too. So it's going to clip in just like factory. You don't have to screw it in. So that means that it should be rated for some speed. And then the bottom grill, which we don't have because it's just pretty much similar to the one here, but it installs the same way, just clips into place. And I'm a big fan of that because it's easy. It's easy to install, it's easy to take in and out, and it bolts up just like OEM does. So let's go ahead and throw it into the bumper here, put it back on the car, see how it looks, and see if I made a mistake with the lights or not. All right, guys, that's it. We're done. And this is how this looks. I like it. I think it looks pretty cool. I didn't think that I would. It's a little, you know what? I would like this grill with or without the lights, honestly. Just the shape of the corners there, the way it slopes down towards the angles of the bumper. I think that it looks hot. Yeah, that is how it looks. I love the grill design here. It's all one piece, so this is all just molded together. But I like the way that these are shaped, and they match my hood vents here. That's what the bottom looks like, factory, and then you got that. But the LEDs are pretty bright. They are pretty bright, I will say. At nighttime, I'm sure it's gonna light up everything around. It's gonna be like a spotlight, but definitely a different look. I think it looks really good though. Very, very interesting, different. But again, you know, if I get tired of the lights, if I, you know, a couple days from now, it doesn't grow on me or whatever, those corners there are easily changed to the non-lighted version. And the cool thing about the other ones is that you could take them off and you could paint them whatever color. For example, they don't come like an actual black. Like the grill itself is flat black. The other corners are kind of like a grayish color. That is basically what it would look like with the unlighted version. The corners there are going to be more of a grayish color, just to make it pop a little bit more. But again, you could probably paint them, do whatever you want to. But for now, this is the look of the front of the car, except that I broke my front emblem. If you guys remember the old video where I was putting that matching coyote emblem there, it broke when I was putting it on. Well, I got to get a new one, and then that will finish off the front of the car, I think. But I think it's coming together. I think it looks really good. It's definitely different. And that is ultimately the goal that we are going for, is different. All right, so we have the car behind me. Let me know in the comments what you think about this whole thing. Do you like it? Do you not? It's definitely different for my car Carnage here. But you know what? It gives it some personality, I think. And it does look very aggressive. It's very different. It's going to stand out a lot more so than it was before. But I definitely want to say thank you for tuning in. If you've made it this far, that's going to wrap up this video. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys later. Big weekend coming up. Hopefully we don't get rained out. We go to the track and then chase 10s in this beast over here. So other than that, I'll see you guys later.